You know what I learned from T. Oglesby 22 on New Year's night?
What's that?
Is that Louisville made a statement.
Yeah, they did.
He tells us. What
Yeah,
happened?
they did.
What'd they do?
And they beat Carolina. Beat the brakes off of them. They didn't beat the brakes off of them. It was actually a really good game. But my God, like I feel like we've kind of gotten in this trap because Rob and I went to the Bahamas. Jeff's been hating on them. Like, we need to keep in mind, Louisville last year, I think anything has an improvement. Like we kind of got in a trap of like Louisville's ready to hate. I mean, Goodman's ready to hate on Louisville. Louisville fans are just in like the place was buzzing yesterday. They got a top 10 player in their class committed at like the under 6 or under 8 media. Like, there's a lot of positive going on. They've been injury riddled too. And here they are. What was it? 9-5 and 2-1 in the league. Like, if I'm a Louisville fan, I am so relieved that the guys are competing and playing the way they are. Like, is it beautiful? No, they haven't shot the ball worth a crap. But man, just you got to win games. And anytime Carolina plays anywhere, it's an event. And they were able to get one
up Saturday. You got to back. Yeah. You got to go to Virginia, win that game, and then you get Clemson on Tuesday night. I mean, this is the window's open to because Clemson Tuesday night. If you've beaten Virginia, all of a sudden that place will really have some juice Tuesday night.
Yeah, it had juice. It had juice last night. It was sold out. Like it was juicy. It was juicy.
Fans. Those Louisville fans are absolutely fantastic for what they put up with.
Yeah, subtle plug. I'll be on the call for Louisville at Virginia.
You know what is really frustrating with me about the discourse when it comes to Louisville is that I feel like people just kind of gloss over the fact that they are down. They've been down for most of the season, 2 starters and their 6th man in Corin Johnson, right? They just got Kadir Traore back, and he played. How many minutes did he play last night?
Not many.
Yeah, he played 9. He's played 14 total minutes since he came back. He was a starter for them in both the games that we saw in the Bahamas, T.O. Like, they thought that he was going to be a real impact player. Casey Pryor, who's their most talented guy, hasn't played. And then they have, like, and shout out to Mike LaTulip, who's been really, really good for us this year. But he's
a stud, by the way. Good pick up there. I think LaTulip's really good.
He knows his stuff. And the point he made last night is that Louisville doesn't really have a guy that can be a guard in the backcourt with him that can move Chucky Hepburn off the ball because Corin Johnson's not there. Like, Corin Johnson was the breakdown guy. Corin Johnson was a dude that could go get you one if everything else breaks down within an offense. Like, that's kind of what he does. That's who he is. That's what you expect out of these dudes out of Seattle. And not having him has been a big loss. I do want to
question from a listener.
Here we got.
His name's Jeffrey with a G, and he said, could you ask the host of the pod about a 13-year-old from the Bahamas?
Hey, but by the way, I think every school in every school in the SEC is going to be after that 14-year-old kid. By the way, he only played like 30 seconds.
Yeah, he was on the court. Like, he was there to
play like 30 seconds. So, like, hey, look, here's another thing. I did listen last night. I was watching the two. I'm not sure I agree with that because what Chucky had at Wisconsin, I would argue Chucky's been so good this year because the ball's in his hands. Dude, my mother will call me 75 times a day. It's unbelievable.
What a random drop in.
I know. It's unreal. So here's the thing. I think Chucky Hepburn's better with the ball in his hands. I think he's been spectacular this year. Like, I don't think that you need another ball handler. He is your ball handler. He's the one who needs to kind of get things going. Mm-hmm. So, like, I do think they would like to have somebody else. I think Traore could bring the ball up if you need to sit Chucky for 5 minutes. But Chuck, like, don't take the ball out of Chucky's hands, man. That dude's unbelievable when it comes to pick and roll, reads, hanging on to the basket. Doesn't turn it over all that much. I don't know how many he had last night, but you get my point. Like, you feel so okay and comfortable as a coach, as a fan base when Chucky has a ball. I don't want somebody else touching the ball unless they're shooting it, because I get – guys – Terrence Edwards is a good player. Fat's a good player. He makes me nervous when he dribbles more than 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
He makes me freaking nervous. Give that ball to Hepburn and get out of the way or set a ball screen or something. I thought he's been awesome.